All right, summarizing, running through Klicker Notes, Chapter 3, Muscles of the Cranium, Face, and Neck, to prepare for the National Board exams for funeral services for sciences. You do not have to wear an earbud for this one because we're just going straight through in Latin, English, Latin, English. Key terms to help you identify parts of the facial features. Oculi is eye, oris is mouth, nasi is nose, labii is lip, orb is round or sphincter, levator raises or elevates, orbicularis oculi encircles the eye, muscle that closes the eyelids and compresses the lacrimal sacs, which is just tear ducts and tear duct things. The orbicularis oculi forms the optic facial sulci, which are crow's feet, which are acquired, which are furrows radiating from the lateral outer corner. The orbicularis oculi is responsible for the crow's feet optic facial sulci, acquired from contractions of the orbicularis oculi. Angulus oris sulcus. Angulus means angle, oris means mouth, sulcus means groove, furrow, or wrinkle. Angulus oris sulcus, angle of mouth groove, a natural facial marking. Sulcus or groove, natural facial marking. The muscle responsible for the angulus oris sulcus mouth closure groove is depressor labii inferioris. Depressor anguli oris. See, it's depressor anguli oris instead of angulus oris sulcus. So, depressor anguli oris is a muscle that depresses. It's at the angle at the mouth. The definition is a muscle of facial expression that arises from the mandible to insert into the anguli oris, angle of the mouth. This is two muscles and is also called the triangularis. Two muscles at the angle of the mouth, depressor anguli oris, triangularis. It's inferior to the lateral portion of the mouth. It also emphasizes the presence of the angulus oris eminence. Columna nasi, the fleshy termination of the nasal septum at the base of the nose, located between nostrils. The most inferior part of the mass of the nose. It's where your nose holes come together at the lowest part under the tip of your nose. The muscle responsible for influencing the form of this fleshy thing is the orbicularis oris. The muscle that encircles the mouth, influences the shape of the columna nasi between your nose holes. The philtrum is in the nasi realm. The philtrum is a natural marking. It's the vertical groove located medially in the middle on the superior upper lip. It extends beneath the columna nasi and margin of red lip. The philtrum itself is not a muscle. It's intricately connected to the muscle surrounding the mouth sphincter, and plays a role in facial expressions and movements involving the upper lip. Quadratus labii superioris, also called levator labii superioris. Quadratus labii superioris, levator labii superioris. Quadratus means quadrilateral or roughly square shape. Labii means lip. Superioris means upper. Superior mouth. And this muscle is responsible for the nasolabial sulcus, which is an acquired marking. Naso means nose, labial means lips, sulcus means groove, furrow, or wrinkle. When you see sulcus, it's wrinkle. Remember, fold is the natural stuff. Sulcus is the wrinkle. Wrinkles are acquired, folds are natural. Nasolabial sulcus means basically nose lip groove, wrinkle. It's the furrow lying medial and adjacent to the nasolabial fold. The quadratus labii superioris is responsible. The nasolabial sulcus is the furrow lying medial and adjacent to the nasolabial fold, and the labii superioris is responsible. Nasolabial sulcus is acquired because sulcus equals wrinkle or groove, and the labii superioris is responsible for it. Nasolabial fold is natural because folds are not wrinkles, grooves, or sulcuses. Folds are natural. The nasolabial fold is the natural anterior fold of the cheek, which descends laterally along the side, along the upper lip from the wing of the nose. Orb, round, sphincter. The eye socket is also called the orbital cavity because the orb also means round. Supraorbital margin is the superior rim of the eye socket. Margin means rim. It's code word for the rim of the eye socket. It's also called the frontal bone. Supraorbital margin is also the frontal bone. Levator, raises or elevates. So levator palpebrae superioris is a muscle of facial expression that raises the upper eyelid. Levator palpebrae superioris forms the palpebral fold across the superior palpebrae. Palpebral, palpebrae, eyelid, one way or the other. Folds are natural. Sulci are acquired wrinkles. In restorative art, the levator palpebrae superioris is sometimes severed to help close the eyelid. We know the levator raises and that the upper eyelid is what could be difficult to close. So we know that this muscle that raises it is sometimes severed to lower the eyelid. It's a last resort and requires authorization. Levator anguli oris. It raises, it's at an angle, it's the mouth. The definition is a small muscle at the angle of the mouth that elevates the angle of the mouth. This is two muscles located in the area of the canine teeth. It's a muscle of facial expression which elevates the angle of the mouth, hence levator anguli oris. It emphasizes the presence of the nasolabial fold in the angulus oris eminence, levator anguli oris. Eminence is a protrusion, projection, or prominence. Angulus oris eminence. Angulus equals angle, oris equals mouth. This is the small convex, which means curved, like the outside of a sphere, prominence that's lateral to the sides to the end of the line of lip closure of the mouth. A projection on the cheek adjacent to the corners of the mouth, angulus oris eminence. This extends from the superior part of posterior margin of the wing of the nose to the side of the mouth. It extends from upper part of furthest forward margin of nostril flare to the side of the mouth. Muscle nicknames. Frowning muscle is the corrugator. Puckering muscle is the orbicularis oris, the mouth muscle, puckering muscle. Laughing muscle is the zygomaticus major. Trumpeter's muscle is the buccinator. Trumpeter's muscle is the buccinator. False smile muscle is the risorius. False smile muscle is the risorius. Muscle synonyms. Epicranius is also occipitofrontalis and maybe just frontalis. Triangularis is also depressor anguli oris. Quadratus is also depressor labii inferioris. SCM is an acronym for sternocleidomastoid. The isolated muscles is the corrugator between the eyebrows drawing down, the procurus drawing the skin of the forehead down, the risorius pulling the lips out to the sides and flat, the platysma, and the digastric or digastricus are isolated muscles. They do specific things and one thing, pretty much one thing. The unpaired single muscles is the occipitofrontalis, epicranius frontalis. It's a single muscle across the top and sides of the cranium. The procurus, concentration muscle, draws forehead skin down. Orbicularis oris, mouth sphincter, is an unpaired single muscle. And the mentalis, the chin muscle. Unpaired single muscles, occipitofrontalis, procurus, orbicularis oris, and mentalis, single unpaired muscles. The muscles of mastication are the temporalis and the masseter. Mastication is the temporalis and the masseter. Muscles of facial expression are the corrugator, the levator palpebrae superioris, the levator labii superioris alii Elvis bullshit nasi, levator labii superioris, depressor anguli oris, and depressor labii inferioris, also called quadratus, are the muscles of facial expression. The muscles that draw are the occipitofrontalis, epicranius frontalis forehead muscle, the corrugator between the eyebrows, drawing the eyebrows down, the procurus, drawing the forehead skin down, the zygomaticus minor, the cheek muscle, the zygomaticus major, the smiling muscle draws to smile, the risorius draws to make the fake smile, and the digastric or didrasticus draws the hyoid bone upwards. The muscles that close is the temporalis, the masseter for the jaw, the orbicularis oculi, the eye sphincter closes, and the orbicularis oris, the mouth sphincter closes. Muscles that raises or elevates, levator palpebrae superioris, upper eyelid, levator labii superioris, alachinase, Elvis thing, snarly thing, levator labii superioris, levator anguli oris, and the mentalis. The mentalis is also a muscle that raises or elevates. And muscles that depress. Depressor anguli oris, depressor labii inferioris, platysma, and sternocleidomastoid.